Ahoy, my friends, Ryder here. Alright, so today I'm going to be talking a little bit about the upcoming Dragon Quest collaboration, a little bit about the new Warrior of the Crystal Dark unit, what I think it's going to turn out to be. I'm going to be showing you guys some super lucky pulls that I just did, and then showcasing a 115 Summer Jayden at the end of this video. So to kick it off, for those of you guys who don't know, there is a new Dragon Quest collaboration coming out. It just got announced in JP. There's going to be a 90 cost Ice Mage named Zoma and a 90 cost Fire unit named Pizarro. I am super stoked on Pizarro, the Fire unit. He looks super freaking rad. Just a really cool, aesthetically pleasing unit. So I'm definitely going to pull for him. We do have a 50 cost Fire VC coming out next week. I think we can check it out right here. Blood on the Ice. Looks pretty good. 50 cost, area attack resistance up, slash attack up for fire units, defense debuff resistance up, and then max HP slash fire attack up. So I really do think that there is a fire global exclusive coming out. I think that a lot of people think that it might be Roberta, and if they could just make her a magic dragoon, that would be freaking amazing. So I'm holding out for that. At the same time, considering the new Dark Warrior of the Crystal unit, it is a girl unit, and I'm not sure exactly what type of character it's going to be. Like, you know, is it going to be physical? Is it going to be magic? And so I was thinking about it, and, you know, if you overlook Dark, they have really good magic DPS. They also have very good physical DPS. They have Lemure as a support, which is decent, pretty good. I like Lemure a lot, but that's all. And other than Whisper, there's never really been a magic tank. I guess Dwayne counts a little bit. He's like a bruiser tank. So I think that there's a very fair chance that this Dark unit is going to be a magic tank or some type of support. And so, that being said, I was thinking, what do I want to do? I didn't pull for Dark Fina, but I know that Dark Fina's card is super strong, especially for Dark. And so I am leaning towards the fact that I think that Dark Warrior of the Crystal unit will be a magic unit. And so I'm going to show you guys some pulls later here today. I did decide to take 4K Visior and go for Fina's card, even though there's no step up, because the bingo board was still out. I wasn't going to push past 4K, so I'll show you guys some really lucky pulls there. And at the same time, I've been looking at Jayden. You know, I pulled Eliza. At the beginning, I thought Eliza was not going to be great. It turned out that she is absolutely fantastic. And I think that Missile is just kind of an overall overpowered kind of, maybe not overpowered, but just a very strong class of DPS. And so, you know, I've been thinking, do I want to pull for Summer Jayden? Do I not want to pull for Summer Jayden? Like, aesthetically, I've never really been into like the swimsuit units in general. Like, it's a fantasy game, everyone's going to battle, like armor and swords and stuff. So like Jayden has like a squirt gun for like a weapon. So it's like not as cool as like a real gun. But that being said, he does look really fun to play. So I decided, okay, I'm gonna go on the one banner where it's like 4.5k paid, and like the second and the fourth step are free, and you get a double rate for him on the first, third, and fifth. And so I'll be showing you guys some really lucky pulls from there. Actually, that being said, why don't we just get into that, and then afterwards I'll show you guys a 115 showcase of Summer Jayden himself. Ahoy, my friends, welcome back. All right, so let's get into it. I was able to spend actually only 3.5k paid viz, pull Jayden. I was able to basically pull him, max his card, and get him level 115 for around 16,000 Vizier, which is pretty freaking insane for a 100 cost. I will say that when I did pull Jayden, it does offer you that $20 bundle for like 120 shards. I did get that, so that's one thing that you guys want to keep in mind. But that being said, 16k Viz for a 120 unit, and I don't even know how far he is from 120. I'm not really too concerned about it. But yeah, so let's get into this build right here. I'm going to be doing some battles for you today and just kind of looking into him as a character. I have run some battles with him so far. My overall thoughts are that it is quite tricky to get off the buffs he needs to get off. Another thing is that I think Jayden will be incrementally more powerful if you're running him with Sadali or more. So with Leela as the third in here, it's a little tough because Leela has kind of fallen off at this point. You know, she has Shukuchi, which is nice, but she has no real good replacement for it except for height 3 to height 2. And because of that, she often will run out too far and then she's in the fray and then she's a one-shot. So it is tricky. I am taking a little bit of a beta pull from Mysidia here, using the producer's bow tie to restrict his movement. So we'll get into that a little bit later. I do think that for me, the strongest team is not going to be a full mono win team because I do not have Sadali, nor do I have more. And to be honest, I have zero interest in building Sadali. So maybe more in the future. She is pretty cool, I would say. I think Jayden Moore would be a pretty fantastic team. I do have Sadali's card, but it's not built, so it'll be something that I'll be building over time. Another quick note for you guys is that this is my bonus team. If we look at the bonus for the unit vision cards of the week, Jayden 100, his card 100, and we have 75 on all of these, Sofina's card and the Typhoon, which I'm using. And then in the 50%, we have all these units right here. And then also the Tetrasylphid card. But with this formation, I have 100 from Jayden. I was able to fully max his card right here, so this is it. Not bad, not bad. And also I'm using Typhoon in the sub bonus. So this team has a full bonus of 250%, which is pretty awesome. So getting into it, let's go into June. She's sitting at around 11k HP, 97 agility, about 400 dex, 350 luck, 1340 attack. So I was running her with this right here, but her damage is pretty freaking weak, and I feel like maybe running her with a sword might be a good deal. Either way, today we're going to do 5 fights, and I'm going to be kind of tweaking the team along the way. So as of right now, she's got 1340 attack, not bad at all, 48 defense, 18 spirit. I could be running her with a different Esper for more magic resistance. Maybe I will do that. But for now, she has 35% slash resist, 30 pierce, 10 missile, 36 magic. So not bad at all. Going into Jayden himself, he's sitting at 7.5 KHP, 95 agility, 500 dexterity. But if we take off the producer's bow tie and put on, let's say, the jeweled belt, he's going to have 600 plus dexterity. Pretty freaking insane. His agility is 95. His agility is definitely a little low. I mean, looking at Leela, she's still running Helena's card in the main slot right here, and he's still subpar 100 agility. So he's not really that fast. His magic is also pretty low. I do think that maybe you could get it a little bit higher. Like perhaps I could use, I don't even know if he can equip the Golmia coat. But I think all in all, he will pull his weight. So yeah, I'm going to switch back and we can chess between the two, which one works a little bit better. So let's go to the producer's bow tie for now, just to limit his range. Then he has defense 9, spirit 6, so he's very much a glass cannon, but not bad resistances in the back end. 37% missile resist, 35% magic resist, 32% slash resist, negative 10 pierce, and negative 10 strike. So not too bad right there. So all in all, pretty good. I am running him with this buff off, his AP buff, his AP buff. I'm also running him with Emberlight Mantle, with a max HP upset bonus, magic up 10%, spirit piercing rate up 10, along with all of these passives right here. It's not completely built, but it is pretty close to being done. So it is pretty decent. And then Leela over here, she's sitting at 7k HP, 107 agility, 450 dex, 360 luck, 1357 magic, defense not bad, spirit not bad, and the back end resistances for magic resist is really good. Everything else is kind of mediocre. Alright, so that being said, P.S. I'm also using his TMR on Leela herself with the defense up bonus and the agility bonus. So with this, in this setup, I essentially use Leela to get off his TMR on him while using the Emberlight Mantle to get off AP on himself. Okay, so let's get into some battles. Right now we're at rank 356, and we're just going to kind of look around. Here's an Eliza team. Probably not going to fight Ice. I think they'll still probably wreck us. But let's see what else we got here. Probably kick it off with something a little mellow. Ooh, this looks interesting. Alright, so let's kick it off with this team, and let's just see how the team kind of operates right off the bat. Alright, here we go. Okay, so Leela's going to get off the TMR buff from Jayden on both of them. And June is going to run out. I wish she could run more straight forward, but she doesn't seem to be able to do that. It kind of clumps them up right here, which is... And there goes Leela running straight out. Okay, well, Megamont is down right off the bat. June goes back up and buffs. That's a buff that needs to go off. Okay, it looks like Leela's running straight into the fray. She's playing tank. June is going to use the Swift Twin defense and run out. Jayden's going to go for Fire Glacie right here, and it is over. Okay, so not bad. With the rank at 250% bonus, we're getting 746 points for that one battle. So pretty freaking high. So I think that it'll be a very, very good chance to stay in the top 500. I mean, with minimal effort for those of you that have these cards and want to make this same bonus team. I'm going to go into June right here, and I'm going to turn off that buff that she has on. It's double resist. Okay, and make sure that I don't want to have her on a different sub job. I do not. Okay, so we're going to make that one change. We're going to see how June operates. Now we're going to go for something a little tougher. Okay, we're not going to go for wind yet, but we will before the end of the day. Let's see how he does against Celis. Not the right team. Here we go. Okay, so we're going to test him out against water right here. We have Summer Elserol, we have Celis, who I think could possibly completely shut him down, and Astrius. So hopefully June will do her job for tanking, but I think that this will be a pretty strong team to fight, and it'll be interesting to see how it goes. Once I get him 120, I'll be focusing on, the high-end versions of the teams that I can fight. Today, I'm not super focused on the Trust Stones. I'm more interested to see how they fare more or less against the different elements. Okay, so June's going to use that buff right there. Hopefully she'll use Swift Wind Defense on the next go and run straight out ahead of Leela. Okay, that's the problem with Leela right there, is that she ends up using both casts of Jayden's TMR right at the beginning of the battle. And what's unfortunate about that is that on Guild War, it doesn't really make her viable, because I know for a fact that if I turn on Protect or Shell, she will use both Protect and Shell at the beginning and not get off that buff. Or she will use Protect and then go use that buff on June, and then Jayden doesn't even get it. It does look like it is getting interesting right here. We have slowed Celis, the limit break went off, June is getting healed, Leela's staying back. I wonder what Jayden's going to do right here. Ooh, Celis shutting him down twice right now. June is going to go down. We'll see what Leela does right here. Okay, Jayden takes down Celis, Summer Elserol on Courage. June gets the raise. Astrius is going to come in. He's going to take down June. Okay, Elserol takes down Leela. And now it is Jayden versus Astrius and Elserol. And I think that it is over. Okay, so Jayden not going to be able to solo Astrius. Not many can in this game. But I think that with a different team, with Sadali, definitely going to have somewhat of a good advantage right there. I'm also going to be trying some hybrid teams, some yin-yang teams, so maybe Joom, Jayden, and someone else. Then I'll also be putting Jayden into some solo teams just to see how he plays throughout the week so that you guys can get an overall idea of how he works as a unit. But for now, we're just running mono wind, and let's see how it goes. So we are 1-1. All right, shall we pit him against his arch nemesis himself? I think we should. All right, so going into the next fight, it's going to be Jayden, Elena, and Laswell. So Laswell does have a little bit of an advantage here, but that is a hybrid team, and I am very curious to see how this pans out. All right, so the battle's kicking off. Elena's going to run out with Courage. Jayden's going to use March of the Stags. Leela is going to use the TMR buff right there. So Jayden's damage is definitely good. His range is definitely good. With the Emberlight Mantle, he can hold up. I'm sure a lot of you guys will use bells. For me, I have bells equipped for physical, and switching off those trust stones for Jayden is not as important as keeping them set up for Astrius and so many of the other units that are super strong. So I think for Jayden, he can have the Emberlight Mantle for now, and we'll see where it goes. Okay, so Elena looking quite evady right here, even though she's by herself. Laswell's going to be coming in from the side. Leela's already gone down. So here we're seeing a little bit of the lack of accuracy on Jayden's part. Not really holding up super great against Elena. He does get the hit right there. She just raises her evasion. Laswell is about to come in and take him down, it looks like. Oh, so decently tanky, but he can't really hold up. Okay. Okay, so it looks like we've won 1 and we've lost 2. We did manage to take down Light Jayden, but we didn't manage to take down the entire team. All right, so let's go into here. Let's go into Leela. And I think if we look at Joom, she has defense high. Everything else about the same. So I'm going to go into Leela, and I'm going to turn on Shell. Hopefully she will prioritize Shell on Joom. But we shall see. And maybe just for fun's sake, we will split them around a little bit. Okay. Let's see how this goes. Okay, so we're going to have Leela in the middle. And I think another thing that I'm going to do is I'm going to take Producer's Bowtie off, and I'm going to put on the Jeweled Belt. This is a really cool piece of gear that you can farm right now in the far plane. It's 275 HP, crit 10, luck 20, evade 2. Although I think I didn't know that this had luck on it until I had already crafted critical. I think if you built this for evade, it would also be a very good piece of gear. What's nice about this is that it has all elemental attack up, and it only is removed when you take damage twice. So 15 all elemental attack up is really good. Plus defense debuff resistance up 30, so not bad at all. Also, this is another option for him, the AIM Pod 153 with the unit attack resistance. So maybe we'll try this for a battle and then switch over, make him a little faster. Okay. I think it's time we fight a wind team. Okay, so Jayden right here, it looks like he's got the Alexandrite ring. It's probably AIM. Okay, so this is compensating for his AIM, which what we saw was a little bit low in that last fight. Even in a full mono team, he has sub 7k HP, 1200 magic, 113 agility, so they definitely vamped up his speed. So they're running the Helena card, the Moore card. I'm not quite sure what the stats are on the Moore card. Let's look at that. Haven't seen this one in a while. This one has Wind Unit Maneater upon magic attack 25, Wind Unit max HP. Also Wind Unit Earth attack resistance up. Has high accuracy for the bestowed. So not bad. This would probably be a good secondary card for Jayden. Might be something to pull for since I think Moore is going to be coming back. And we have Sadali right here with his own card. I do think that with these super low stats, they probably aren't running any trust stones. Oh, never mind. So 100 cost, 120 unit with under 7k HP and 1200 magic is pretty low stats, which is why I'm saying unless you have the full wind roster and you're really looking for a wind unit, go to Pity for Jayden. If not, I don't think it's worth it. If I didn't pull Jayden in the 4K that I used to pull him, I was not going to continue. But I think that he will be very strong for those who figure out how to use him. But that being said, let's get into this wind fight, wind versus wind, and we'll see how it goes. Alright, so the battle's kicking off. Okay, so as we see, I turned on Shell. Leela immediately prioritizes June. She used the TMR. Now I'm curious how this is going to happen. So it looks like we are a little bit more spread out. Leela is not going to get off the TMR buff on Jayden though, which is kind of a pain. And I know for sure that even if you put Jayden in the first slot, Leela's just going to run down to June anyway, which is also kind of a pain because I thought that they would prioritize the first slot, but since June has hate, she won't do it. Okay, so more running out, almost getting the one shot on Leela. Leela's going to throw the heal. Sadali's coming out. He goes for the... So he confuses June. That's fantastic. Okay, Jayden getting a little bit of an AP buff, going for the AoE. He manages to slow Sadali. So we are holding up against the win team. June gets silenced, but thankfully she's not a magic unit. She goes for third time's the charm. Looks like we are completely relying on Jayden right here. Sadali is going to get a hit. He goes after June. And it looks like Jayden's going to have one shot to take him out, and we do manage to pull it. Okay, so we did manage to pull it against a good win team, but still struggling here. The idea is to find a team that consistently powerhouses, most of which you're fighting. So we have one fight left. I am going to switch Jayden and June, just to show you guys. And hopefully see how this works. Maybe we'll switch off Jeweled Belt and go to the Pod 153. But the thing about making him faster is that if he runs out, he has the chance of getting off less buffs. But we're just going to try it out. We have one fight left. We've won 2. We've lost 2. We have one fight for the rest of the day. We're going to see where it goes. So it looks like there are freaking tons of win teams. So let's find a very, very strong Jayden and see where he is. Okay, here's a 120. Stats also super mediocre. Yeah, it's kind of troubling, I think. Even Eliza has better stats than Jayden. And I think that the reason that Jayden has lower stats is because they know how powerful the Summer, Helena, Jayden combination is going to be against Earth. And I think that the reason Jayden has lower stats is that, truthfully, Jayden should be a 90 cost. He should be a 90 cost unit. In terms of looking out for the player base, in terms of 100 cost units should not be the most common unit released in the game. They should be, you know, uncommon, if not the rarest unit dropped in the game. But unfortunately, they're not. And I think that Jayden, you know, although he's 100 costs from what I'm seeing so far, maybe more like a 95-90, especially if you're looking at his base stats. I mean, if we go right here and I show you this different team, this is Eliza's base stats, right? And this is with one ice unit and I guess Astrius. So technically 2, although Astrius' second card is not really going to compensate her. So the lack of one sub VC, but if you look, she's got 7.1 KHP, 108 agility, 550 dex, 360 luck, 1435 attack, defense 23, spirit 7. Pretty good resistances across the board. So she's a 90 cost. So Jayden similarly is looking roughly around the same, a little bit more HP, agility 101, magic 1371. Granted, he is 115, so I guess I should hold back until I see him at 120. But considering the fact that we are going through the list right here and seeing multiple Jaydens at 120, 6.8 KHP, 1338 magic, 101 agility, okay? So even at 115, the Jayden that I'm running looks to have higher stats than most of the 120s that I'm seeing. So let's see if we can find any with higher than 1370 magic and higher than 7.5 KHP. I think I got 7.5 KHP. 7.5 KHP, 101 agility, 600 dex at 1370 magic at 115. Okay. Let's keep looking. Nope. And this is in rank 200, so this is fairly high. Okay, there's a Jayden at 104. Here's a Jayden at 120. Okay, so 6.5 KHP, 1199 magic, 91 agility. So stats, just struggling. Another 120 Jayden. Okay, this one broke 7 KHP barely. Still a little bit over 1300 magic, so still has less. Higher defense, 34 defense. Not bad stats. Does have the diamond coat. Here's another one. Okay, so on this entire list, there's not a single Jayden at 120 that has higher stats than the one I have at 115. So, I mean, like, we'll see. I think maybe just the trust stones that I have are better. But at 120, I'm hoping he breaks 8 KHP, 1400 magic. His agility is okay. His dexterity is fantastic. So I guess we'll just have to wait and see until then. But that being said, let's get into the last fight. Okay, this looks like a fun team. Full magic. Alright guys, final fight of the day. Let's see how it goes. Alright, here we go. Once again, Lilo runs straight to June, uses that TMR buff. So even with Lilo using his TMR buff, and he needs AP. Like, I wish as a magic unit he would have got high starting AP. It would have made him much easier to use. So he's kind of like Fina in the sense that he's pretty tricky, but also quite a cannon. I mean, let's be real, he just dropped more like she was nothing. Okay, so Leela kind of staying back. So I do like this a little bit better. Everyone is spread out. It's not bad. Leela almost completely one-shotted right there. She's barely hanging on. Sadali completely, absolutely wrecked. June coming out. Leela's going to come in. And he is down. All right, so we're starting to figure out something a little better. It's definitely better if they're spread out on this coastline beach rather than being all clumped up next to each other. Our rank is down to 159. But all in all, definitely a fun unit. I'm definitely a little jaded about the fact that Gumi released another 100 cost, but Jayden looks pretty fun. Wind missile, wind unit. Wind is a fun element for me in general. Missile is always fun, as we saw from the obliteration that Eliza has caused all across PvP in the last few weeks. But yeah, I'm curious what your guys' thoughts are. Please let me know in the comments below. Do you have Jayden? How are you building Jayden? How is he working for you? Is he feeling strong? Are you psyched on the facts that you got him? Do you feel like his stats are a little low? Let me know. Let's talk about it. And yeah, hopefully we'll get that Fire Global Exclusive coming soon to the game. I think that would be freaking awesome. So yeah, hope you guys enjoyed the video. Cheers and peace.